Hello, welcome to Yoga with Caitlin. Thank you so much for joining me today to work on our inner thighs or adductors, so both stretching and strengthening. We'll start in a wide angle. So really wide stance with feet parallel to each other on your mat. Take a breath in and exhale, fold forward, fingertips rest under your shoulders. Look for a really long spine here. Lift through your tailbone, lift your core. Keep equal weight in your toes and heels so that you're not leaning too far back or too far forward. Keeping your hips pretty much in line with your ankles here. Take a breath. Push your left hand down into the ground under your face. Inhale, slide your right fingers across your arm, across your collarbones, and straight up to the ceiling. This twist allows a little more stretch in your left adductors or inner thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, replace your left hand with your right. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Allow the inner thigh to stretch. Deep breath. Exhale, replace. Inhale again, gaze forward. Exhale, deepen the bend in your right knee. Send your hip back. Deep breaths. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, deepen the bend in your left knee. Send your hip back. Inhale to center. Exhale, deepen again into your right leg. You might get deep enough that you can pop up your left toes off the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend your right knee, send your hip back, and possibly pop up your right toes. Getting a little bit deeper side to side. Inhale. Exhale, one more time each side. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. And of course, you don't need to use your fingertips if you feel balanced. Inhale to center. As you exhale, turn your heels in, toes pointed out. Inhale, walk your hands to your inner knees. They're still nice and bent now. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, look up to the ceiling as you push your knees apart. Inhale through center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, look up. Keep equal weight spread across your feet, pressing into your heels and big toes. And spread your toes apart. Inhale forward. Exhale again, drop your left shoulder. Inhale forward. Exhale, drop your right. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop your fingertips down, heel toe your feet a little bit closer, and put your toes out again, shimmy down to a low yogi squat. So I'll show this facing forward. You might want to use a block if this is a difficult place to hold without any support. Give yourself at least 6 inches from the block to your heels of space. Use your elbows to push your knees apart. Lengthen up your spine and roll your shoulders back. Deep breaths, lifting through your core, lengthening up your spine. Use your glutes, even if you have the block, use your glutes to squeeze your knees apart. Then, with your right tricep, that's what it is, right tricep and left hand, press your knees apart and twist it behind you. Inhale, gaze forward, palms to touch, lengthen. Exhale, use your left tricep and right hand to press your knees apart and twist. Inhale, look forward again. Then use your elbows to really push your knees apart. You might even come off of your palms to just fingertips. Press your palms together again, squeeze together. Press apart using your elbows. Back and forth, just like this, kind of prying your knees open. Good. With an exhale, crawl your fingers forward. Gently drop one knee and then the other to the ground to remove your block if you have one. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees as wide as you can comfortably. Crawl your fingers forward to a child's pose. Use your hands to spread your fingers apart, make a lot of surface area on the ground, and push the ground away, working your glutes closer to your heels. Breathe space into your sides and belly. Inhale, slowly shift forward. Slide your knees under your hips. Then drop your elbows one at a time under your shoulders. Send one toe back at a time. You're in a forearm plank. Exhale, lower your hip bones down. Slide your toes back, Sphinx pose. Take a breath in, lift your heart. Exhale, pull your right knee up to hip height. Flex your foot out to the side. This is a half frog shape. You might want to stay right up here in your Sphinx pose. Option to even lift your elbows for a little more intensity. With every exhale, wherever you choose to be, keep relaxing your right hip bone down. Another option, you might stack your hands and your elbows out and rest your forehead down on the top of your hands. And stay here as long as you need. You can always pause the video and come back. Inhale, push into your elbows, press into your forearms, lift back into Sphinx. Exhale, slide your left leg back, your right leg, and pull your left knee up to hip height. Flex your foot out to the side, half frog. Keep relaxing your left hip bone down towards the ground now. Option to lift your elbows or get even lower, elbows out, stack your palms. Take deep breaths. Again, stay here as long as you need. When you're ready, inhale, push into your elbows, lift up onto your forearms again. Exhale, slide your left leg back behind you. Take a breath in, lifting your elbows. Exhale, slide your hands all the way down next to your rib cage. Inhale, lift to a baby cobra. Keep pushing back all the way into your child's pose again. Your knees as wide as possible this time. Push your glutes to your heels. Take deep breaths. Push the ground away with your hands. Inhale slowly, rise. This time don't bring your knees closer. Send your hands under your shoulders and then flex your feet out to the sides. Allow your knees to separate. You can use the cushion of your mat, or if you'd rather go onto a slippery ground surface to allow your knees to slide apart more easily, that can also be helpful. One option is to stay up here on your hands. Another is to lower to your forearms. And you might like a block under your forehead for a little bit of support. Stay lifted in your core here and push down with your hands or arms. Allow your hips to relax outward while lightly engaging your glutes and flex your feet. Super nice and active through your legs still. Take deep breaths. This is another pose you might want to hold for upwards of 1 minute to 3 minutes. Just allowing your legs, your knees to separate more. When you're ready, inhale, push into your hands. One at a time, bring your toes a little closer and your knees a little closer. Swing your legs to one side to gently sit down. Pull the soles of your feet together. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Maybe shake out your legs, shake out that frog pose. Then exhale, lean your heart over your right knee and use your left hand to push into your knee the opposite way. Inhale through center. Exhale, pull your heart over your left knee, push into your right knee. This is really similar to what we did in our goddess pose. Inhale through center. Exhale, press, pulling your heart to your right knee. Inhale through center, last one. Bring your heart over your left knee, push into your right knee. Inhale to center. And then we'll just hold here in butterfly pose. One of my most favorite things to do for an inner thigh stretch and a little bit of relaxing is to lean all the way back against a wall. Line up your tailbone first, and then blip, blip, blip. Line up your whole spine on the wall. And then with feet together in butterfly, you have a really nice rest and support of your spine while still engaging and lifting in your core to then push down with both hands at the same time. And this is somewhere you can stay for a few minutes, just allowing your knees to open more and more until your arms are straight and you're pushing your legs on the ground eventually. Allow your feet to open like a book here. It's not required that you push your big toes together or anything. Just line up your pinky toes and the blade edges of your feet. Press your heels together, but your feet will naturally feel open. And take your deepest breaths. And that is all I have for today. Thanks for joining me for an inner thigh work and stretch. Until next time, namaste.